everybody. We are here today. I am working on a whim. And by that I mean I'm chasing a little, what is it called? What am I thinking? A little bit of inspiration. Yeah. So I have what I'm working on. I'm kind of doing this as a quick little project. Not putting a lot of energy and effort to it. I'm just kind of playing around with it. I have some, I think I got these from like maybe a Temu or an AliExpress or something like that. But there's some Alice in Wonderland pages, and they're for a journal. They're this is the size they came. And there was a stack of, gosh, maybe 20, 30, I don't know. And so I've separated them all into these journals. There's no rhyme or reason to them. They're just very Alice in Wonderland style journals, journal pages. So I've decided to make 5 little mini Alice in Wonderland themed type journals. Now the pages that are inside with them, I have some random scrap pages, not a lot of anything special. These are some fly pages from a Reader's Digest are tucked in there, just to kind of give it a little bit more than just the, this is a fly page from a book. And every single one of the center pages is a blue page that I want to play with today, because I went to a party last night, a little hobnobbing party, and the theme was Mad Hatter, Alice in Wonderland, essentially. And so, because the lady that was hosting the party is an artist, she totally understood when I said, hey, I'm going to take a napkin or 2 or 3 or 4. And she was all about it. So, we have napkins to play with. So, I want to Mod Podge them on these blue pages, just to add to the decor. You ever worked with napkins before? There's always at least one, most oftentimes at least one other layer. Sometimes you've got 3 layers going on. This one has 3 layers. And if you're going to do any kind of Mod Podging or gluing with napkins, you really want to get down to that core. Oh, come on. I'm sure there's an easier way to do this, but it's like right there. You want to get down to the main layer that has the image on it. Let's see here. Let's do this. Well, come on. I just need to get a hold of it. There we go. Sometimes it's easier. Sometimes it's easy to pull these apart. Sometimes it's a little tricky. This one's a little tricky. And this one's very thin and fragile. The image layer is. But we're still gonna strip it down. I just want to work with the image layer. So, since this is kind of a double, I'm going to go ahead and cut it. I don't particularly like to cut napkins because I always, excuse me, end up with a jagged edge because it's hard to do them with a ruler and a knife because they're so thin. This is kind of my thinking. And I might even fold it over. Yep, I think that's what I'll do. So I'm working with Mod Podge today. If I can get it open. It's just your regular matte Mod Podge. Mine is a mess. I'm trying not to spend too much time just picking at it because I don't like to have that crusty stuff on it. And we'll start out with, I'm just going to be messy on my mat and I'll clean it afterwards. I think start out with just a layer, thin layer of the Mod Podge. This paper is kind of textured. I don't know if you can hear it. It's got a little, almost like when you have vinyl that you can make that scratchy noise. I don't know how to explain it. So it's kind of got a little bit of texture going on with it. But that's okay. We're going to work with it. Right in the fold. Again, this page is very fragile. This image layer is very fragile. And I'm going to go ahead and get our one layer folded over. And do another thin layer on top. And again, we're fragile, so gotta kind of keep that in mind when you're layering this, especially around the edges. You don't want to pull it up. You just need a thin layer, just mainly because the image layer of this napkin is really thin. And brush a thin layer over this. And then we're going to set this aside. And do another one. I have a ton of napkins, a ton of really pretty napkins, and I don't ever work with them. I always kind of forget about them. I should do more with them. Mainly because they're so pretty. And there's a lot you can do with them. Go ahead and give that a layer over it. Oh, my ears and whiskers. That's what the rabbit says. My initial thought with this was, so the lady that I went to her party last night, she's the lady that purchased my Animalia book. She invited me to, it's her birthday this week, and so she invited me to her party. Oh no, look at what, see, I was getting too excited. She invited me to her party, and she wanted her book so she could show all of her friends. So, when she first started talking about it, she was telling me it's a Mad Hatter party, and so I thought, oh, I've got these little Alice in Wonderland little journal pages. If it's, you know, because she was saying it's just going to be me and a couple of the girls, and I thought, oh, well, you know, maybe I'll do a couple of these little, I'll throw together some of these Alice in Wonderland little booklets for the for the birthday girl and her guests, none of which I know. All of which were artists. So that was kind of my initial thought. It's like, oh, I can throw these together and make little booklets out of them. Nothing's fancy or special. And it would go along with the party theme, and that was my plan. And then, so I was talking to her, and I was like, so how many people are going to be there? Because I was thinking, you know, 5, 6, 7, 8. I could probably manage that. And she's like, oh, I'm thinking about 25 or so. So, needless to say, we did not throw together Alice in Wonderland themed, Mad Hatter themed booklets for her party. I could probably have swung 8 to 10, but I'm not so sure I could have swung 25. Let's get our first layer off. And let's see if we can get our second layer. It doesn't help that all my fingernails are currently gone. Anybody have a trick to separating napkins without tearing them? I mean, I know you can rip a little corner and just like I just did. Some napkins come right apart. Just depends on what you're working with. It all depends. No, let me flip you over and get you out of the way before I wrinkle you. back to this. Oh, I've got a lot of things going on today, or this weekend, I guess. Today's Friday. Off work and just been playing in my studio. Uploaded a couple of videos for you. And got a whim to do these. These little Alice in Wonderland journals they're not on my radar. I was not, like I said, I was invited to that party last night and I thought, ooh, I could do those. And then I had them out and I had them kind of separated and I was like, oh, you know what? Why don't I just do these real quick? And if nothing else, they'll go in my inventory. I've got a show coming up in September. And canceled my October show. And then I have 2 shows in November. And I think I've got my inventories pretty built up right now. So I'm just working on little things. I need to do some more bookmarks. So I'll be working on those in the next month or so. And then if I can do some little smaller price point, basically is what this boils down to. Some smaller journals to have at my show. Four down, one more to go, and I gotta fight with the napkin again. Oig. It probably would help if I wasn't half blind too. I've got my glasses on, but let's move to the next one. Okay, let's move to the next one. This one actually I can give me a split to work with because I just need one side, and I actually have a good stack of some more. Like I said, I asked if I could have 1 or 2 of these to go, and she gave me quite a handful. So I think I'll be okay to damage one little corner. Oh, I'm kind of tired. It's lunchtime. I just finished lunch before I jumped on here. Maybe when I get done with this, I might just take me a little nap. Nothing wrong with that. didn't think we'd have enough Mod Podge up in there. I just need a little bit more. Oof, gross. I have to clean my mat now that I got a good layer of Mod Podge going on with it. That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Actually, probably should have just moved my mat and used my the granite marble that's underneath, because I can just easily peel it off once it dries. Not so much on my mat. So, done with that for a minute. Oh, no we're not. You know what else I was gonna do? I've got, let me see. I've got these 5 little pockets. Set that over there. And I was going to well, I have 6, but I only want 5. I was going to Mod Podge on them. Let's try this. I'm going to try to just use these little pieces. I think I can do it. So I don't have to fight with another, nope. So I don't have to fight with another napkin. Let's see here what we can do with it. Like I said, these are kind of quickly thrown together. Not spending a lot of time stressing about what's going on with them. Sometimes I just have to do that. I tend to do that, do like a quick little project after I finish a big project, kind of as a decompressing kind of thing, if that makes any kind of sense. And I just finished a big journal, so maybe that's where this is coming from. Maybe I'm decompressing a little bit from that. Okay, so they're all 5 got one image on them. They're all sticky. Come on, let's work with me here. And I have these little pieces left, so how about we Just kind of do some random collage with it. What says you? Just to kind of give it some randomness, I guess. I don't want to cover Ellis's face. And I don't necessarily want to cover that rabbit. And we have the ooh, these are wet and sticky. Let's do him here. One more little flower floof. Let's do some flowers here. We are using all the napkin. Down to the little bitsy bits. And sticking to my fingers the whole time. And okay. And we used all the Mod Podge. Yay. Okay, so we put together these 5 pages. I think they're mostly dry. Oh, that one's not dry yet. And then these 5 little envelopes that coordinate. They're gonna have to dry though. I think those will be cute. So here we go. So yeah, this was a little bit of a create with me. I've got a few more things to play with. These little pockets that I want to do. And I've got some stickers and some other scrappy-do stuff that I want to kind of work into these. But I'll leave you be for now. Just wanted to play a little bit with napkin and Mod Podge and do a little create with me with y'all. So anyways, thanks for joining me. And like I said, lots going on in my little craft space, my little art space. Lots going on right now. So I will be seeing you guys soon enough. Thanks for joining me, and we'll be back soon. Bye for now.